So signs, Jesus said, are coming out of the sun and the moon. But when your time has run out, nature start revolting against you. It ain't cooperating with you. And he's a bad asset manager. Have you seen how many plastic bags are in the water? Animals are getting trapped up in it and everything. They're trying to make you get rid of these bags, and they're going back to the paper bag. But they've messed this planet up. Our earth. Dear God. So now these elements that have worked for you, they're working against you because your time is up. So he says, so before we can advance a bold new strategy and solution, we must discern what time it is. See, this is a serious moment that we're in, because you can't even get the cooperation of the elements. When you decide to tell Farrakhan thanks but no thanks, I'm gonna just keep moving, there's still a price tag on that.
That's right. Yes, sir. A big price tag.
And America, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad showed us, the ministers so skillfully put it out. This is an old address from Washington, D.C., warning to the government of America. So that it was set up down there in Washington so that the government would be the audience. We're not paying attention, to what we are in. And one of the surest ways for you to see that a kingdom is fallen is to study its government. That's supposed to put forth a careful study of its problems. And then say, let's do this, this, and this to meet the needs of the people. But, the greatest need for the human being is to develop them. There's an old saying, giving a man fish for the day is different from giving him a fishing pole. Enabling the man will feel better about what you've done for him when you've shown him a way how to feed himself. And people that you just throw money out and take care of, pretty soon they start resenting you. You say, why you resent me? I'm throwing out to you, I'm helping you, I'm giving you. Yeah, but they don't even realize it. There's a greater capacity in them that's being denied. So look at what Ronald Reagan said. See, Reagan was looking at the Bible. He had to put his hand on the Bible to get sworn in as president. He had to put his hand on the Bible to be sworn in as governor of California. He was the governor at the time the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense walked into the Capitol. Right? Remember, they took their rifles and they walked into the Capitol. That was on news all over the country back in the 60s. But Reagan said, I turn back to your ancient prophets in the Old Testament and signs foretelling Armageddon. He said, and I find myself wondering if we're the generation that's going to see that come about. He's not the only president that's been in touch with the divine. Remember, Jimmy Carter saw the plane. Yeah, and documented it. They're trying to cover up a lot of things. If you go back in the scriptures, as Reagan is saying, especially in the Old Testament, you'll see that God visited some of the rulers in the land who weren't believers. But he planted something in their mind that they couldn't shake, and it caused them to have to call the righteous forward for a solution in the land. When the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan did Torchlight for America, people were like, well, he should have been talking about the fall of America and everything. That doesn't mean she's not falling.
That's right.
But the heart of a servant of God is to try to save.
Yes, right.
Part of saving is putting the real picture out there.
That's right.
Once you see the real picture, it gives you a real choice. You don't have a real choice where you have a corrupted picture. So just to finish this off, you know, Moses was a nationalist, as the minister say, because the Quran says, he said, bring forth thy people from darkness into light. He ain't trying to get everybody. You just be focused on your people. Jesus started out like Moses. I think I had it here. He said he had been sent unto the lost sheep in the house of Israel. Notice the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, Israel is not lost. And the lost sheep are not in Israel. They're in the house of Israel. See, this land, a good docudrama to watch is The Sons of Liberty. But, you know, in The Sons of Liberty, you'll see in Philadelphia when they convened to talk about fighting against King George and the Redcoats, it was Ben Franklin that said, well, you all have demands? They said, yeah. He said, give me the demands. And when he read them, he said, you'll never get these demands satisfied as Englishmen. The only way you'll get these demands satisfied is with a new nation. So you think about Master Farad Muhammad choosing July 4th to declare our independence. No accident, deliberate. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad saying he's self-independent. He brought about his own independence. What did he free himself from, Brother Rodney? He freed himself from the mindset of the scientists. Hell, and he broke up the circle and set the circle up downstairs on Friday night. Huh? And he said, I'm taking the people out of the teaching of prophets into the teaching of God. I'm going to give them my mind through my servant. So I close with the 76th surah of the Holy Quran called The Man. Look what Allah says. Surely there came over man a time when he was nothing that could be mentioned. Then it says, surely we have created man from sperm mixed with ovum to try him, so we made him hearing and seeing. See, this is talking about a man who wasn't perfect, but he's being situated so he can attain to perfection. 76 is an important number in the science of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and what he gave us about the creation. 76 trillion years ago, Allah created himself. He brought himself into existence from a drop of water. 78 trillion years, so it took 2 trillion years to come into existence. Man, that's patience. And the minister say, when he grew impatient with the pace of his own development, he enforced an attribute called sabir. That's how patience came into existence. So you can hold the course when you get impatient with yourself and the pace of your own development. He's working in the darkness, and after himself, he brings about a book called Universe.
That's right. Go ahead. Teach, brother.
I spoke. So that the Quran teaches us every word of Allah is a creation.
That's right.
So the universe is under 76 because it's 76 quintillion miles in diameter. If you look at the 7 and the 6, the 7th is coming up behind the 6. Because after 6,000 years with this world ending, the 7th day is coming. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us the man showed up.
That's right.
Huh? That's what this is called, the man.
That's right.
He showed up early on the 7th day.
That's right.
Master Fard Muhammad.
That's right.
All praise is due to Allah. But look, he comes on time.
That's right.
Because if you multiply 7 by 6, you get 42.
Come on. Teach, brother.
Abraham received a revelation from God,
Come on.
a promise that his seed would be in bondage 400 years. And God would come
Come on.
and bring them out from their suffering and their affliction.
Come on, brother minister. Teach.
And when you count Abraham and the promise of God, you get 42 generations gives the birth of Jesus.
That's right. That's right.
Master Fard Muhammad studied 42 years. An education designed to give him what he needed for our deliverance. Ooh. Then he finds his servant, 100% convert, as a student. And he teaches him approximately 42 months. Some point the messages say 3 years and 4 months and that, but then sometimes say 3.5 years, but that's 42 months.
That's right. Teach, brother minister. Go on. Yes, sir.
Then he brings forth in America a labor of love. For 44 years, and then our loving nation goes down. But it ain't over.
No, sir.
Huh? The New Testament of this Jesus was written, according to Paul, it's over a 42-year period. And in 1975, when our nation goes down, his minister out of New York City,
That's right.
Farrakhan, is 42 years of age. Huh? And he goes to work to rebuild the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's work and establish his truth in the earth. And if you study Jesus, the work that he did that brought about the most fear among the enemies was bringing Lazarus forth from the grave. The sisters were waiting on him. They said, had you been here, he would have lived. He talked about the man being asleep. He said, he'll rise again. She said, I know he'll rise on the resurrection day. He said, I am the resurrection. Huh? I am the life. Though you were dead, if you believe in me, yet shall you live.
Teach, brother minister.
And he calls Lazarus forth from the grave. And what do the men say? If we don't stop him now, the whole world will go after him. How can the world go after a man that they don't know? See? So 1995, you see the Honorable Louis Farrakhan calling Lazarus forth. Nobody yanked us down to Washington, D.C. It was just a call. Huh? And you saw when Jesus brings Lazarus forth from the tomb, you know, once Lazarus lives again, he told the people, take the grave clothes off of him. Why you want the grave? Because the grave clothes you keep identifying with death. So when we were in Washington, the minister said to us, take this pledge. See? And when I say I, you say I. And then when I say you say your name and shout it, right? So that the ancestors can hear it. And then we start taking the pledge and we start taking the grave clothes off. I won't shoot my brother, right? Except in self-defense. I'm going to stop using the B word and disrespecting my woman. These are grave clothes. We were clothed in death when we got to Washington, but he took the grave clothes off of us. When we stood there and took that pledge, we ought to take that pledge every morning. So the grave don't come back over us again. The man today is Louis Farrakhan. The officer of the day is Louis Farrakhan. The man answering prophecy, Louis Farrakhan. The one sealing the prophets, Louis Farrakhan. So Elijah Muhammad said, when you see him, the Quran said, hey, he started out humble, but we gave him seeing. We gave him hearing. He sees something you don't see. But if you see him, look at him, you'll find out what he sees. He heard something that I didn't hear. But Elijah said, when you hear him, listen to him. And if I listen, I'll find out what he heard. He heard something September 17, 1985. He heard the voice of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Man, that's a military installation. Because the enemy is trying to knock me off from that. So I go back into believing Elijah is dead. But I know that he lives. I believe that as we come more into the knowledge that he is alive, the more we can live an independent existence. You're going to be unhappy if you're dependent on somebody other than God. You're asking for unhappiness. And you're asking for failure. Our people are going to fail if they keep going in a dependent state. The social scientific thinkers got another term for it now. Learned helplessness. You're learning how to be helpless. I was seeing Meet the Press and how our sister, Christian Welker from Philadelphia, she kept pressing the person, why doesn't he take the tariffs off? And why don't we do something about health care? The minister was sitting with myself and Minister Don Muhammad once in a hotel room in Philadelphia when he was our regional minister. And man, he said, you know, we don't have no retirement plan in the nation. And he said, How to Eat to Live, book 1 and 2 is our health care plan. You know, if we own something else, you know, we want, how can God be wrong? The book of Ephesians says the works of, how do they put it, the works of the devil or Satan. And it names the things that are involved in his work, but one of his works is sorcery. So in the Greek dictionary, when you go to sorcery, you get the word pharmakia, which is translated pharmacy. So see, the witch doctors are set up all over in the black community. And if you just watch us, somebody's going to dialysis, somebody's going to this, somebody's going to that, and everything. They got a grip on us. But that wheel, it not only got powers to destroy, but it's got healing power on it. And I never forget one morning sitting with the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, and he said, brother, one of the greatest signs that the wheel has healing power on it is how to eat to live. And the more we're given to that, I don't say we we may have contracted something, but the more we're living, we won't be adding things. We got stuff just sitting around the corner waiting to catch because we're not living by it. We're not fasting enough. The white man got a chart out now. You can get it on your phone, and it shows you what happens to your body when you go 4 hours with no food in it, when you go 12 hours, and then when it said, 24 hours, you're just doing a lot. I said, well, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad used to say, if not eating all day and waiting until the sundown or the end of the day to eat is fasting, he said, then my followers live on a perpetual fast. But the book doesn't even talk about going 3 days without eating. And what we do for our body, and the body is loving it because it's got a lot of work that it does. And guess what? The scientists say it does its greatest work in the morning. So this is the time that the Negro mind, we thought we supposed to get sausage and eggs and grits and everything, and you piling it on in the morning. Your body trying to do its greatest work, man. You put all them soldiers off their post. Man, sometimes you just have to stop. That's why Brother Neary does that a lot too. Man, I love this teaching because it answers everything. We act like it only talks about certain things, so you out talking to other people trying to get your information on how to be happy. And that's why we're in the mosque so unhappy. There's no way you could be feeding on God and be unhappy. You're unhappy because you're mixing truth up with falsehood, or you abandon the truth and you're out just feeding on what's false. And there's no uniform that can make you happy. You got to feed from God's word. And you know what you're doing when you feed from his word? You're feeding the essence of God in yourself. And the more he eats, the more he grows. And the more he grows, you can tell it because the minister said your thoughts should have started changing by now. He put that letter out when we got to study guide 9. He said by now your thoughts should have changed. I guess some people looked around, really? By 9, I'm trying to get to 19, see if something will happen. He said it should have started at 9. So it shows you, he said the word of God has force and power. And if it's his word, then he thought it before he spoke it. And if he thought it before he spoke it, and then I feed on that word, then guess what? What was in his mind is inside of me now. And the more I'm feeding there, the more he's growing here. And it's here, it's available to all of us. And guess what? You don't have to stay off the phone sometime and just pick the books up and feed on something and watch what starts happening to you. You ought to put yourself on a 30-day program. And as we working on converts, you got to tell them, man, this doesn't take no lifetime to change. 90 days, you could undergo some kind of transformation in this thing. And really, we ought to have a sheet down there say, if you promise to come to this class and do this here and there, if you don't change in 90 days, we'll bake a cake for you and give you a going away. Because you say, man, I read all that stuff ain't doing. But if you do what we have here just marginally, You know, the messenger said, light study today is all that's necessary because the God is here. We don't have to seek him out and everything. He's present. We just got to acknowledge him and stand on that. So I thank you for listening. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much, believers. And, next Saturday, we're going to be across the street for those that can make our meeting. But we're reaching out to the community. This is part of our work because everyone won't come out with us on Sunday. But, we want to make sure that we're giving people in the city an opportunity. When we raise money, one of the reasons I don't have no problem is that I've seen the Honorable Louis Farrakhan spend tens of millions of dollars trying to get us up out of these mental graves. And the money that the nation spends to try to see our lives better, it hurts sometimes to see our people talk about Farrakhan's getting money when the people that's really taking your money and taking you for a ride. You don't spend no time in a 24-hour period complaining about them. But the people that's trying to wake you up and take you don't have leadership that spends their money to see you better. And I've just seen him put out tens of millions of dollars to try to see us better. And you can't do that except you really believe that we got something better inside of us. If we would just start giving it more attention, our energy would flow to it. We would see more of it in our life. What we needed, it was somebody that loved us enough that they'll stay with us no matter what. And that's what he has done. Believe me, no matter what, because it's been every kind of betrayal I could think of. But he has not abandoned us. And so in light of him not abandoning us, don't you abandon yourself. You work toward your better self, all right? Because it's there. It's just waiting on development. It don't have to come. You don't have to get it from nobody. You're waiting on a text and this downloading something. You want to download something, download God's love. That's in the form of all this reading material that we have. The more we give ourselves to it, I'm telling you, you're going to grow. This is not about getting more. It's about becoming more. And don't think you're going to become more and live with less, because you just don't accept less when you become more. Something happens to you, all right? So thank you again. Assalamu alaikum. So come on. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamu dear family. And let us give him another round of applause, our Delaware Valley Student Regional Minister, Rodney Muhammad, for that wonderful conclusion to the prophecy lecture series that he's been on for the last couple of weeks. Did we learn anything? Yes, sir. Praise be to Allah. 3 questions. How many of us believe that what we heard today is true and good for our people and all the fallen humanity, just by show of hands? And my next question is, how many are out for their first time? First time? Welcome, dear brothers. Anybody, any sisters? Okay. Who invited you out, brother?
Brother Rashid.
Brother Rashid. Okay. Well, Brother Rashid, give him a round of applause. All praise is due to Allah. Well, dear family, if you believe that what you heard today is true and good for all the fallen humanity, and you would like to learn more about what you heard today, and in truth, learn more about yourself, would you be willing not to join the Nation of Islam, you're already a member, but would you be willing to accept your own and be yourself? Would you be willing to do that, brother? Well, come on up, brother. Praise be to Allah. On behalf of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and our Delaware Valley Student Regional Minister, I'll shake your hand on their behalf. Get your name, and what's your name, soldier?
Tyrone Watson.
Tyrone Watson?
Yeah.
Give our brother Tyrone a round of applause. Thank you, brother, for having the courage to come forward. See our brother David. He'll take your information and give you further instructions from there, dear brother. All praise. Brother Tyrone, all praise is due to Allah. Can't go wrong with that. And it's always good to see those that come in that want to do the work because that's help. I mean, it's not an easy work, but we've got to do it in order to fulfill what we have to do and our part of this mission. So, dear family, at this time, what we're going to do, we're going to move very quickly. We're going to do our public collection quickly, and immediately thereafter, we will close with prayer. Our announcements for this week, as always, we want to celebrate the accomplishments of our youth and believing body as a whole. If you have any updates or information about the prosperity of our youth or the believing body, please supply that information to the Secretarial Department. And, we were asked once by the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, we have to be students. And did you read a newspaper today? Did you read a book? Did you set a goal for yourself? Well, if you did that and you accomplished it, we want to shout it from up here and let the whole mosque and our believing body know that you have accomplished something positive for yourself. Because that's what we do on Fridays. It's about self-improvement, the basis for community development. All right? Yes. Next part. The Accept Your Own initiative is on the way. Believers, please check with your lieutenants to receive your instructions regarding this initiative. Dear first-time guests and repeat guests, please be encouraged to bring your friends and family to attend as you attend. That's a wonderful instruction right there. If you know somebody that you can bring with you, bring them out and let them hear this, and then see the transformation take place in them and yourself at the same time. Listen, mark your calendars. The next national business meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, October the 1st. Please keep this in mind for your scheduling. October the 7th. This is the birth anniversary of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. A prayer call is being prepared. More information will be shared on this event. October the 16th, the 30th anniversary of the historic Million Man March, or as we in the Nation of Islam revere it, the Holy Day of Atonement. More details will be regarding how the local mosque will celebrate this day. We've switched it. You see the educational paradigm shift? We've gone from December to October as the real holy month, and it should have been that in the first place. But you see the events that are taking place, which all culminate into one big event, and that is our celebration of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the great contribution that he has made to each one of us, whether we are in the Nation of Islam or not as a registered member. And if you are not currently receiving correspondence via email from the Ministry of Information, please provide your information to the Secretary Department. And last but not least, we have our big dinner sale today. Please support our dinner sales. The main entrees are vegetable braised chicken, flavorful fried fish, and vegetarian lentil loaf. The sides are the glorious mac and cheese, delectable green beans, and glazed carrots. Desserts and beverages are available for purchase. Please see down at the Secretary's desk. If all hearts and minds are at ease and your stomachs are a little growling, we can take care of that, but at this time, let us stand for prayer.
Prayer time.
In the manner in which you are most comfortable, follow along silently. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, the one God to whom all praise is due, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, Master of the day of judgment in which we now live, thee alone do we serve and thee alone do we beseech for aid. O Allah, guide us on the straight path, the path of those upon whom thou hast bestowed favors, not the path of those upon whom thy wrath is brought down, and nor of those who go astray after hearing thy teaching. Say he, Allah is one. Allah is he upon whom we all depend. He neither begat, nor is he begotten, and there is none like him. I bear witness that none deserves to be served or worshipped besides Allah, who appears to us in the person of Master W. Farad Muhammad. And we thank him for giving to us his wise choice in the messenger Messiah and the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And to the two of them, if we lived 1,000 years, we can never thank them for the divine guide, teacher, friend, and mercy in our midst in the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. It is in their names we pray. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum, family.